Hey everybody, welcome to Thursday night training Zoom. Uh it's just so crazy that I've been thinking about how quick 4.5 years has gone. Like I just hit that 4.5 year mark with Lavelle, and it's I mean that saying time flies when you're having fun is so true, because it seems like just yesterday we got started and started building this team. And I was just looking at numbers in the cloud office, and we are almost at 1,000 people, 1,000 people that have achieved auto bonus status. You guys, that's crazy, like insanity. And those of you guys that do know my story know that I have a background of waiting tables and bartending. And then I did one other network marketing company before I joined Lavelle. And I was with that company for 6.5 years. And in 6.5 years, only 72 people on my entire team of thousands ever achieved that that exact equivalent of that rank. And it's insane to think that, it was 4.5 years, and not even, I mean, we're not even coming up to close to that time. And we have been able to help over 1,000 people achieve a goal like that. And it's so exciting because every month we just keep adding to that list. And this month, if you guys are new, joining us, you know that you just came in at an amazing time, because you're able to grab a bonus before the end of this month on top of the VIP bonuses, which is awesome. But I always like to point out that Lavelle, 4.5 years I've been here, they're always doing stuff like this. So, a lot of people, oh, I just came in too late. I signed a girl that's like, oh, I won't have enough time. And I'm like, girlfriend, listen, you might not grab it this time, but you'll grab it the next time or the next time or the next, because there's always a next time with Lavelle. And that's what I love about this company, is they're always doing something to help us make even more money on top of the amazing compensation plan that we already have. One of my favorite Zooms to do this time of year, we have so many people promoting. It is technically in network marketing in general. January, February, March, April, May are the busy. It's what we consider, some calling it the busy season. And what's crazy is with Lavelle, it's like all the time is a busy season, not just those months, but particularly these months that we're in now, because those bonuses were announced. We have so many promotions. And one of my favorite Zooms to do is when I get to talk to people that are new, people that have just achieved that rank of 4K or 12K. And they've got tips. Like, what better tips can come from people that are achieving the ranks of 4K and 12K? And I mean, I think most people that come in, I know me, 12K sounded pretty good. I was like, man, if I could get that auto bonus, that would be huge. If I could make an extra $1,000 a month, that would change my family's life. How many of you guys are with me? Like, I don't think anybody comes into network marketing. I know I didn't, thinking I want to be a millionaire someday. I just wanted to make an extra $500 to $1,000 for my family, because I knew that that would help alleviate some pressure every month. That something always happens, right? Like, especially when you have kids, there's always something going on. And so you always, to have that like little security blanket of extra cash coming in every single week is huge. And I know that for most people that get involved, as soon as they hear about 12K, they're like, man, if that would be the rank. And tonight I've got quite a few 4Ks on and a couple 12Ks that are going to share with you that just got the bonus in March, by the way. Some of them have been with us. And that's the cool part about this company is, with my last company, they would do bonuses sometimes, but you had to be new to get those bonuses. Like, you couldn't just be like in for 50 years and then grab a bonus. And what I love about Lavelle is, like, we have people that are grabbing 4K that have been with us for a couple of years, and that is the coolest thing ever, that they can grab that $4,000 bonus and just let that change their family's life. So what better Zoom to get tips? Because I know there's a lot of you on here that are trying and pushing before the end of this month, and we still have a few days left. And please do not count yourself out, because I watch people literally just in the last couple days of the month rank to 4K, go from literally no volume at all to $4,000 of volume. So don't anybody on here count yourselves out. But what better Zoom to be on tonight than to listen to some of these amazing ladies' stories and just hear what they did. Because if you pick up one golden nugget, there could be something that maybe you're not doing that you can start doing that could change the game for you. So I'm so, so excited. I have quite a few, so we're going to be quick tonight, but I want to get as many tips in as possible. And I don't know if everyone's on that I've got on the list, but we're going to see if they are. I want to start with Bonnie. Bonnie, were you able to get on? Because I think you said you might have been driving. If you are on, Bonnie, you'll have to mute yourself. Not Bonnie, Bunny. Sorry. You know why? Because I wrote it, Bunny, you should see. I literally wrote it in black, thick marker. And the U does not look like a U, okay?
Bunny is here.
Bunny. And you know what? Is that your real name?
It is my real name, yes.
I know another bunny, like a real bunny. I know, like, oh, somebody else named Bunny.
That's crazy. I've never heard of I've heard of numerous
like
nicknames, but
yeah, the only one. I met her through. She's actually in a different network marketing company, but I met and I was like, "Is that your real name?" I'm sure there's a story behind the name.
We're not going to get into the story behind the name.
So Bunny, I would love for you to share, because I know you grabbed the $4,000 bonus. I kind of give us a little bit of a backstory as far as how long have you been in Lavelle, and then kind of take us, well, let's do this. Tell me what you did before you joined Lavelle, then how long have you been with Lavelle, and then I want to have you give me a couple tips that you think would be helpful for anybody on here trying to go 4K.
Absolutely. I'm all about helping people reach these bonuses, because I still can't believe that I hit it. Like, I just can't. I'm a financial controller still during the day. I just started with Lavelle I started in March just as a customer. I did about a month and a half of the product and was very skeptical and thought, I don't feel this good. It's not because of the product. So I stopped taking the product for a month and a half, and then realized that all my headaches came back with a vengeance. And I was like, okay, you know what? This product is something that I need to do. So I hit the promoter button last June, and I have been struggling I hit my first 2 bonuses and never hit 4K. I went down to, I don't know, I think like $900 or $800 worth of volume. And I just was like, as soon as they announced these bonuses, I'm like, okay, this is mine. I'm doing it. So I actually hit the bonus last Sunday. So I am super excited that I hit that bonus. And if there's anything that I can say for sure is, guys, get in your messenger. 100% get in your messenger. Quick little message. Hey, just wondering, I wanted to connect with some Facebook friends super quick. Just wondering if you'd like to hear about a couple of promos, specials that I have coming up with product towards the end of the month, or, this weekend, or however that works out. That's how I managed to go from, I literally went from, at the beginning of the month, obviously 0, but I went like 2,000 K in like a week and a half by doing that simple message in Messenger and getting out there and just getting out of my own comfort zone. And you'd be surprised how many people are like, oh my God, I'm tired all the time. I need this product. I need to do this. I need to do that. So get in Messenger. That's my advice. Get in Messenger, even if it's people you don't talk to, they are watching your Facebook.
And the cool thing is too, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't cool for you while it was happening. I'm sure you wanted to go faster, but
I did.
yeah, I mean, I think everybody comes in there like, man, and especially when you come in to get your VIP bonuses, 4K looks so close at that point. But what happens with a lot of people is sometimes when we grab the VIP bonuses, we grab them with people that weren't going to work. You know what I mean? Like in the beginning, so many people will, sign their friend up that's going to help
Yep.
them out and their mom. And those people weren't coming in to actually work the business. And so it kind of stalls out at that point. And it takes a minute, like for people to see, okay, I'm serious about the product. I actually use it, and you are so right. Like it's always a no if you don't ask,
That's right. That's
it's
right. It's
always a
always a
no.
no if you don't ask.
Exactly. You've got to kind of go out on a limb and not be scared to approach people and say, look, I've got this stuff. You want to look at it? You don't know. What we're doing kind of is making people's minds up for them before
Right.
we even give them an opportunity to tell us no. And usually it's not even a no. I mean, you probably realize it when you were in your messenger. Usually it's a, well, not right now, or I can't really afford it. People are
Mm-hmm.
watching though. To get it right out, no, leave me alone. That's very rare. I mean, most people are pretty, they're nice about it. And when
That's
you
right.
do flat out no, you just have to understand that, it doesn't matter what you're doing in life. There's some people that just aren't going to want what you have. I used to wait tables and bartend, and I would be like, hey, you want to, upgrade from chips to French fries? No, I didn't go back in the kitchen and cry. Like, I didn't take it personally because that was my job. And I think when we can take like, get in our mindset that don't take it personally. If you were working at any other job for a boss, you're going to get no's, but you
That's
wouldn't take
right.
it personally because it's not kind of directly affected to you. And I think we get in our own heads and we get so weirded out by the word no. And it's not no to you. It's not no, I don't like you. It's just no, I don't want what you have right now. And that's okay. But I applaud you for, making a decision, first of all, when these bonuses came around saying, I'm going to do this. And then second, not being scared to get in your messenger and go for the ask, because if you don't go for the ask, it's always a no. So that is such a good tip. And you know what? I mean, I say this all the time to people. When you first come in, that first year is just learning. Like for
Mm-hmm.
most people, especially if you've never done something like this, you're learning. You're kind of learning what works, what doesn't, when to post, when not to post, how much to post, like what works, what doesn't, and that comes over time. It's like with anything, you kind of have to learn your skill. And then about that year mark in, for a lot of people, that's where they start to see some action in their business. So I'm just so proud of you for not giving up, because a lot of people do. A lot of people give up. I'm proud of you for making the decision to go for it and then getting in messenger. Such a good tip. Well, I'm excited for you. And I mean, now it's keep your foot on the gas and
Exactly.
yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Keep your foot on the gas. I know you can maintain this bonus, and hopefully 12K will be around the corner really,
Let's
really
hope.
soon. Yay. Well, thank you,
Yay.
Bunny, so much. I appreciate you for sharing. Congratulations again.
Thanks.
I have Katie next. Katie, are you on with me?
I'm on.
I'm going in order. I don't know if anybody figured that out yet, but I'm going in order who responded. Katie, you're in your car. You're the one that said you might be in your car, but look at you. See, you on anyway, girl. Same questions, Katie. I want to know, kind of what you were doing before you joined Lavelle, how long you've been with Lavelle, and then maybe a tip or two on how you went 4K.
Okay, so I came into Lavelle. Before Lavelle, I was on maternity leave with my son. I actually work in the casino industry. I do management and all that kind of stuff. And I was on maternity leave, and Rachel had sent me a 3-day mini because I was just exhausted with my son being home from the NICU and everything. I just couldn't catch up. So I tried the 3-day mini and I could not give it up. So at the end of January, I hit the promoter button and I got my product for free and I got my VIP 600. And then I just ran, I guess. I really want to be a work from home mom, and I just got product into people's hands. That's the one thing that I literally would say to anybody, just get product in people's hands. Because once they try it, they don't want to stop.
This is why it's so important to make sure that you guys have product. And I know that's hard for a lot of people, but even if you can just get those 2 customers in to get you product, because putting a 3-day sample in somebody's hand, that's everything. 8 out of 10 people feel something within the first 3 days that they take this product, even if it's like a little extra energy, or they notice they didn't want to take a nap, or they slept better that night. If they feel even a little something, that's going to encourage them to go, okay, I want to see what happens in 10 days, in 12 days, in 30 days. So once they find out, and if you guys aren't explaining it, this is the Thrive 8-week experience, not the Thrive 3-day experience. The reason it's called the Thrive 8-week experience is because it can take a person's body up to 8 weeks to feel results from this product. Everybody's body works a little bit differently, and to really see what it's going to do for you. I know for me personally, it wasn't until about 8 weeks in when I was seeing massive weight loss, like nothing was happening at all. And then all of a sudden I started seeing huge weight loss. So if I would have stopped at like day 35 or 40, thinking the weight loss part wasn't going to happen for me, I would have never known that. I would have never known if I just did a 3-day mini experience that by day 5, I was going to sleep through the night. So you guys have to always make sure you're planting the right seeds in people's minds about the product too. But man, you know what? Same thing, Katie, when I came in, it was sample, 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 sample. Like I was put in 3 days in people's hands, like everybody I could. At the grocery store, somebody would say, what's that thing on your arm? I'm like, here's a sample. Like I was like, what's your Facebook? Because I wanted to make sure, because I know the power of the products and what they did for me in just 3 days. So knowing what it can possibly do for somebody, it's huge. So that is like already tonight, guys, you're getting 2 huge, humongous tips. Don't forget to go for the ask. If you don't, it's always a no. And don't forget to put samples in people's hands. And how long were you in, Katie?
How long was I what? Sorry.
How long have you been with Lavelle?
I hit the promoter button, I believe, the last week of January, and I was like so close to hitting my 4K last in February. So I said I have to do it this month, and I did it like probably, I would say at 11 a.m. the day of, and now I've already hit 4K.
That is amazing. Amazing. And same thing I told Bunny, you've got to keep your foot on the gas and just keep doing what you've been doing, because if it's not fixed, don't break it. And at this point, you know, every single person on here who hasn't hit the rank of 4K yet, you still have a market. I mean, if you have not signed anyone into the business, that means you have a market. What you have to do now is build relationships with your market. You've got to coddle your market, and you got to make sure you stay consistent with the right actions every day, even when nothing's happening, because behind the scenes, your market's watching, I promise you. And it's a matter of time. And that timing for some of you is going to be 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. It just depends on your network. But in the meantime, if you're plugging into Zooms like this, if you're plugging into your team pages, you're learning how to network outside of your market, which means you're learning how to bring in total strangers and build relationships through Facebook groups, Instagram, out and about. You're learning these tips so you're not waiting around for your market, guys, because the market that knows you, your friends and your family, they're usually the last to join, right? It's sometimes easier to get a complete stranger you met yesterday thriving than it is your mom who you've known your whole life. So you've got to keep in mind that friends and family come around at some point. They always do. It's timing. But you cannot sit around only promoting to just that group of people. You've got to be building outside and building that network up, because eventually your network will run out if you don't. So Katie, thank you so much. Awesome tip. I'm so excited for you. Keep pushing, keep doing what you've been doing. And 12K is that next stop, girlfriend. I want you to be 1001 auto bonus earner.
I will be.
You got this, girl. Thank you. Melissa, I've got you down next, and I don't know if you're on or not.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. You didn't write
Hey, it worked.
What rank did you hit?
4K.
4K, okay. Because you put me, but you didn't put when I said who promoted, but you didn't put the rank, and I'm like, I'll find out on the call. So same drill.
Yeah.
I want to know what you were doing before, how long you've been with Lavelle, and a tip or two on what you did to go 4K.
Okay, so I am in the concrete industry. I'm a ready mix driver. So I drive the big trucks and deliver concrete, and backup plant manager also. So I am out there in the man's world every day. I have been with Lavelle for under a year. I started promoting about 2 months ago. At the end of February, I started promoting, and I hit my 4K within the last month. So yeah, I'm working on keeping that consistent. Some tips I have: don't give up. It's easier said than done. You hit that little rut and you're like, I'm like hitting the wall, and I'm actually currently in that spot right now. But it always seems to be at like the last possible moment for me where everything just comes through. So I'm like crossing my fingers that this is going to happen in the next 8 days to maintain that 4K. But confidence, I have no experience in marketing whatsoever, and being confident is something that I am building and still trying to build. Stepping outside your comfort zone. I didn't even, like on your phones, you know how you can talk to people, like instead of talk texting, you can actually like voice text them. I had no clue what that was until like a month and a half ago. And then paying attention to like your live times. When you go on Facebook, you can click that little live button and it tells you like how many people are on. Really paying attention to that has helped me a lot with posting, like realizing how many people are on at this time and how many people are on at that time. It's a big help because I have sporadic hours for work. Like I don't have a set work schedule. So there's times where I'm making live videos at like 3:30 in the morning. I know nobody's on, but I'm doing it and it's getting me outside of my comfort zone and I'm being consistent with it. So, it's just building and building. And gradually I noticed that people are, they're on early in the morning like I am. And it's like, oh, hey, I'm not the only one that's up at 3 o'clock in the morning every day. So I don't know, just stick with it. It can be trying sometimes, and the no's or the not nows, they can be a little frustrating, but it's like you said, if it's not a no, it's a not now. It's something to work towards in the future.
Can I just tell you that is the best tip ever. Sorry about the echo, you guys. I've got this little echo going on. The best tip ever, and I never even thought of that. I'm so glad I got on the Zoom tonight. When you said you click the live button and it shows you, you're so right. It tells you who's on right then. Oh my gosh, that is such a good tip. So if there's a lot of people, oh my gosh, go live or make a post. Even you could check it just to see before you made an actual post. It doesn't even have to be a live. That is so good. If you guys did not write that nugget down, like never even, okay, you guys, I've been doing network marketing for 11 and a half years. And when you say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, that is so untrue because I learned something new every single freaking Zoom. And you know what I love that you said, don't give up, because it and you said you're 4K and you don't know if it's going to happen. One of the things I love about Lavelle is you didn't lose that bonus. All you have to do is get it. You might lose it for 1 month, but you can get it back the next month and the next month and the next month. And that's the best part of this, is that, you know what? It's something that never was in your pocket in the first place. You know what I mean? And it's on top of normal pay. And so even if you're to have any setbacks, which we do, all of us, every single person on here has had setbacks, whether they run into them right out of the gate or, I've been doing this 11 and a half years. I'm having a setback right now in my business. We all have them. And it's just about keep pushing forward, because you don't know what's around the corner. And you making that decision and doing it is such a huge success. And I'm so proud of you for doing it. And you also said confidence. You're learning new things, like you said, you just learned about the voice recorder button. Girl, Me and technology do not mix. I am always trying. I'm the last to always do it. Swear to God. So don't even feel bad. Like people will be like, "Oh, did you do a reel?" And I'm like, "What is a reel? You're scaring me. Like, I don't want to do no reel. Like, what the hell is that? I just started an Instagram and now you're telling me to go do a reel?" No. Like I always procrastinate, but in the end, I know that the only way growth is going to happen is if I push myself to do it. And it may take me a minute. Like when I say a minute, I just started Instagram, y'all. So it may take me a couple of years, but I always push myself to do it eventually. And the cool thing is, Melissa, is you already have it down because it's about staying consistent and not giving up is just the key. Don't get so fixated on the number or a rank or anything else. Stay fixated on the action, you guys. Don't look at the cloud office. If I looked at that, I mean, look at your cloud office, but don't look at it to the point where that is what's making or breaking your mood and your day. Because if I did that, y'all, I would be all over the place. I wouldn't be here today. If I based my success in this business off of numbers, there's no way I would be here because there's been so many times throughout, the last 11 and a half years where things have been so down and I've thought this is over. And then I kept doing the right actions, doing the right actions, doing the right actions. And then it always comes back up. It always goes in the other direction, the direction I need it to go in. So I want you guys to prepare yourselves that it isn't based off a rank, a number, anything. I want you guys to congratulate yourself at the end of every day and base your success off doing the right actions. If you know you posted in your stories today and on Facebook, pat yourself on the back. I don't care if you signed a soul. If you got in Messenger and introduced yourself and made a new connection, you just did the right action. If you added people that you didn't know to Facebook today, you just did the right actions. When you get to the end of every day, don't base your success off of a PPA. Base your success off by staying consistent and doing the right actions. And if you all can do that, I promise you, you're going to wake up one day and in your inbox is going to be somebody saying, "Hey, what's this dry stuff?" Or the next person you message is going to go, "Yes, I want to be a customer," or "I want to join your team." It's all about making sure that you're putting your energy, your thought process into the right thing, which is the right actions, not numbers. I promise you guys, if you do that, every day is a success. You won't look at, "Oh, I lost my 4K or I didn't get it back." No, know when you got to the end of this month, Melissa, whether your 4K comes back this month or not, doesn't matter. If you're doing the right actions, eventually it's going to all catch up. It will. But I have every faith in the world that a lot can happen in the next 8 days, girlfriend. So a lot. And like you said, the other tip you kind of gave, you said, you notice for you, most things happen the last minute. That is for
At the last possible minute.
right. Everybody on here, the problem is that you're never getting to the last possible minute because you're not working towards it. You're giving up halfway through and going, well, you're just assuming it's not going to happen. You're looking at numbers and there's 8 days left and you're going, there's no possible way. So you're stopping. No, Melissa, things are happening for you at the last possible minute because you're not stopping. You're not getting distracted and you're not going, "Oh, there's only 8 days left and I need this much money. It's never going to happen." You just keep going. Doesn't matter whether it happens or not. It's the success is in the action. So great tips. Awesome. I'm so proud of you. And I am crossing my fingers and my toes for you that 4K comes back for you this month. I have like you just said, it all happens on that last day. It really does. So don't give up hope. I think you got this. Thank you for sharing.
Thanks for calling me out. You said I was calling on you and I was like, oh shit.
And you're stepping out of your
Sorry.
comfort zone. All of
Yeah,
you
I
guys
was like,
tonight.
oh my God. Okay. I messaged my upline real quick and I was like,
Let me
she's like,
tell
"You'll
you
be
what,
fine."
I remember when I started in network marketing in my last company, and the rank of 4K would have been our first level and the rank of 12K would have been our second level there. And if somebody would have asked me to do this, I would have made something up. So I just want to congratulate every single person on here that if you are nervous, it's okay. You're stepping out of your comfort zone. I commend you big time, because it is scary, but it gets so less scary every time. And I wish I would have had that advice when I first started. I would have jumped in quicker, instead instead of making things up in the beginning when I was asked to do stuff. So I am just proud of all of you guys that are on here tonight doing that. Krystle, are you on with me? I don't know if Krystle was able to get on. Before I go on to the next person, just let me check and see if I see her name. I see Krystle, but I don't think that's the right Krystle. Okay, well, if Krystle gets on, we'll come back to Krystle. Jackie, I have you next. Maybe Jackie didn't get on either. Hold on. Joanna?
I'm here.
Yay! Hey, girl. You
Thanks for
went 12K, right?
12K.
Oh, well, first of all, let's start from the beginning. What were you doing when you found Lavelle? How long have you been with Lavelle? And then give me a tip or two on how you got to 12K.
So I was just a stay-at-home mom. I was very private, very quiet. You know, I didn't like get out there much. And then I started in October with a mini, and then I became a promoter in November. And I didn't hit none of my bonuses. I was like, I made like one sale, but I was always consistent. I was doing, you know, like posting. I was doing the product. I was feeling amazing, and I was trying to get it out there, and nobody would take it. And I messaged Raquel, and I was like, you know what, this just ain't for me. I'm spending all this time doing this and nothing's coming out of it. I'm gonna quit. And she's like, give me 30 days. And that was in December. And I wanted to quit so bad. So I was like, okay, I will give it a little more time. And then in January, I ended up with I have an amazing team that signed up with me. I hit 4K, I think, in February. And then I hit 12K in March. And I'm not quitting was the best thing I've ever done. I think it's gotten me so much out of my comfort zone. Like doing a live, my very first live was with Kayla, and it was a live event. And I was so nervous, like I thought I was gonna throw up. I was panicking. And but Raquel pushed me to do it. She's like, Joanna will do it with you. Joanna will do it with you. And I swear to God, I was having like panic attacks before it, but I did it. And then the next one, and then the next live. And then I do lives with, I think lives is probably my biggest tip, is going live, because people want to see that you're human, that you're a person that they can relate to, and then they'll be more comfortable buying from you.
You know what? First of all, your story, so many people on here can resonate with right now. How many of you on here right now? Be honest in the chat. How many of you on here right now have said to your upline, this is, nothing's happening. This is stupid. It's just not going to work for me. I just want to give up. Be for real. Because if you all are honest, there's going to be a lot of you that have either thought it, or you said it to your upline. And you just heard right now what Joanna just said. She just said, the best thing I ever did wasn't quit. Like, thank God I didn't quit. You guys, it's right around the corner. It's right around the corner. Your corner might be a year. Your corner might be 2 years. Why do you guys think I tell people you've got to be on a 3 to 5 year plan? Like, anybody that would even think about throwing in the towel, in my personal opinion, before 3 years, before 5 really, but before 3 years, that's just craziness. And I'm talking, if you do every day, like if you are allotting an hour a day into this business, fitting in the nooks and crannies, and you're really trying and adding to your network, there's just no way. There's nobody that I've seen come into this industry that if they don't start doing the right actions and they get consistent, that it doesn't eventually pay off. It doesn't eventually add up. So, I kind of want you to be completely honest. For you personally, when you say nothing was happening, you started in, you signed up, you felt like nothing was going on. Were you trying?
Oh yeah, I was trying. I was telling everybody I knew. I had gotten one sale, and it was, I swear it was a pity sale from my friend. She bought it because I was like, this stuff is amazing. You gotta try it. You gotta try it. It's so freaking amazing. And I was posting every day, and I was, doing my 3 steps, and I was involved, and I was sharing, and just nobody was buying. Nobody wanted it.
So
And
what do you think happened? Like, once, January came, she said, give me a month. What happened?
I honestly, I think that the people that were watching me long enough were seeing my results, and they were like, okay, because people that really knew me in person, I was extremely overweight for a really long time. And then I've lost a lot of weight. And so they've seen that, and they were like, okay, well, so maybe she just ain't trying to sell the product. Maybe we should at least try it.
That's a huge tip right there, is you got to be a product of these products. And it doesn't necessarily have to be weight loss, you guys. It can totally be, people know whether you're just saying something or whether you are sharing something that's passionate from your heart. If these products have helped aches and discomforts and you start sharing that story, people are going to go, oh my God, I need that too. Or if you're sleeping better, or whatever the product is doing for you, because I guarantee that if it's truly changing your life, it's not anything that you wake up every day and look at it and go, man, I have to go share this. You want to go share it because it's truly transforming you in some capacity. It doesn't have to be like physically seen. It can totally be you sharing your heart and your story about what the products are doing for you inside. So I hope everybody on here doesn't think it has to be a weight loss journey, because it doesn't. I know people on our team that, I've got a girl, she doesn't even use the 3 steps. She does balance, and balance has changed her life. I can't make medical claims, so I can't talk about it. But what I can tell you is that girl is like a 12K. Just talking about balance, like all you have to do is get passionate about something, and it takes you places you never even thought. And man, Joanna, you just went from nothing to 12K. Like, insane. That's just insane. Like, are you so excited about this bonus?
I'm so excited. I'm so happy. And I'm like, I think the biggest part for me is the relationships that I've built with the people that I'm on the team with. Like the people that signed up under me and are part of my team, like they've become my best friends. And I think that that's even more priceless than, making the money. I mean, the money's great.
No, I feel you. I know exactly what you're talking about. Like the friendships that you make in this business, and people that really want to see you succeed. Like, real life isn't really like that. Everybody's kind of focused doing their own thing, worried about themselves. And you get into a business like this, and now everybody's cheering you on and trying to help you get to that next place. And, they care about what your goals and your dreams are and what you want your future to be like. It's an amazing thing to be a part of. Well, Joanna, I'm so excited for you. And just keep doing what you're doing. As long as you keep doing what you're doing, hopefully you can hold on to that bonus this whole time. And not only that, but I'll be interviewing you soon as a 40K.
I hope so.
I hope so too. I think so. Don't stop. Don't stop and you'll get there. That's like a no-brainer. I think I saw Krystle did get on. Krystle, are you on now?
Yes, I'm here. Hold on, let me turn a light on. Sorry, guys, I was walking a girl through her order on the phone. What's
Girl,
up, Lisa?
You do not. That's a good excuse. That's a very good one. That's the only one you were allowed to use that was very acceptable. I'm just kidding. I want you to share with everybody. Same thing. How you what you're doing before Lavelle, how it kind of came into your life, and then how long you've been in Lavelle, and then maybe a couple tips.
Okay, I'm Krystle Simpson. I'm from Topeka, Kansas, and I came into this business a year ago in March when the world got all crazy and COVID went all nuts. My son's school closed down for 2 weeks, so I had to be home with him. We didn't have a babysitter, and there was nobody else that could watch him because everybody else had to work, and my job was not very happy about that, so they fired me. Like on the spot. I had actually worked for them for like 6 years. I bent over backwards. I poured my heart and soul into that job. I made that job a priority over my family for so long. And it was a really huge awakening when they fired me, like in the blink of an eye without even a second thought. Like I meant absolutely nothing to them. So I was kind of freaking out, to be honest, and I didn't know what I was going to do. My household needed both incomes in order to pay our bills. And basically, I was scrolling through Facebook and I came across one of Kaylee's annoying posts. And let me tell you guys, I followed Kaylee for 2.5, almost 3 years. I never once commented on any of her posts. I never liked any of her posts. I never asked her questions. Every time I seen her post about something and how happy she was with her life and whatever, I would just roll my eyes and I'm like, yeah, that's just way too good to be true. Part of my language, but I was like, it's total bullshit. She's over exaggerating. It's not real, blah, blah, blah. But that day, for some reason, I came across one of her posts and I want to say it was something about she had just filled up her gas tank. And I sat there thinking to myself, like, geez, I just lost my job. Like, how am I going to pay for gas? Like, for my husband to get to work, he drives a big truck, and I'm just like looking at the post and I'm like, well, let's ask. Let me just ask her, like, is this for real? Can you really make money with this business? Or is this just all crap? And so I reached out and I asked her and I was just like, hey, Kaylee and I, we kind of knew each other. We kind of grew up in the same area. We knew a lot of the same people, but we were never like friends or hung out or anything like that. So we kind of knew of each other. And I reached out and I was just like, hey, can you really make money with this? Like, is this something that I could possibly do maybe to help hold me over until I find another job? Because I just got fired. And she's like, absolutely, 100%. She's like, this can be whatever you want it to be. If you want this to be a full-time income for you and your family, then if that's what you want, then that's what you go after. And I was like, are you sure? I was like, because like, I'm really skeptical. And she's like, no, absolutely. And I'm like, all right, cool. Well, how do I sign up? Where do I sign up? And she was like, well, you gotta try the product first. You gotta do the 3 steps. And I was like, no, I'm good. I don't need to lose any weight. So if you could just tell me like how to sign up as a promoter so I can make some money. And she was like, wait a minute, like, it's not a weight loss product. Like, we're a health and wellness company. We're not a weight loss company. She goes, we do have products that can assist people and help them lose weight. She goes, but it's nutrition. That's all it is. And I was like, okay, well, I already have a bunch of vitamins that I take. I take like 8, 9, 10 vitamins a day with water. And then this one I have to take with food if I even eat that day. And it was just like a whole hot mess of vitamins, you guys. And she's like, she goes, do you feel those working when you take them? And I was like, what? And she's like, do you feel them like kick in? Do you feel them working? And I'm like, no. Am I supposed to? She's like, yeah. She's like, I'm going to send you this 3-day and I want you to try it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Seriously though, how do I sign up to become a promoter? And she would not let me. She would not let me hit that promoter button until I got my 3-day mini and I actually tried it, you guys. And obviously, I was a day 1 thriver. I got up, I took my capsules, I drank my shake, I slept on this patch, you guys, and I was bouncing around the house. I was in such a good mood. And mind you, I just lost my job like a few days prior. Okay. So I really had no reason to be in a good mood. But I was in a great mood. I was cleaning out junk drawers and organizing my linen closet. And my husband's like, you didn't even drink coffee today. Like, and you guys, my husband and I used to be like 4 or 5 pots of coffee a day. And then on top of that, I would drink anywhere from 3 to 6 Monster Java drinks a day. And I didn't have any of those that day or day 3 or day 10. And I fell in love with it. I literally fell in love with it. I was told that it could also help me gain weight. I'm what they call a hard gainer, you guys. So it was really hard for me to just maintain weight alone, just to maintain the 102 pounds that I had on me at the time. And Kaylee had introduced me to a couple people that have used this to gain weight. So I was really excited about that. Because everybody wants to lose weight, right? What about us people over here that are trying to gain weight? We're on the completely opposite side of the spectrum. So I was really excited about that. Since I've started thriving, I have put on 20 pounds, which is amazing because I've been trying my whole life to put on 20 pounds and I did it in a year. And so I tried the product, obviously completely fell in love with it, knew that I could 100% get behind this product. And it was kind of like a weight was lifted off my shoulders, because in the beginning I was thinking like, how am I going to sell a weight loss product when I am 102 pounds? Right. And the thing is, guys, I just didn't know. I wasn't educated because I hadn't asked the questions. And I feel like that's a big block for some people, is they're afraid to ask the questions, or they have assumptions about what this product is and what it can do for people. And it stops them from that. So I feel like here's a tip. It's our job to let people know that this is not a weight loss company, that we are a health and wellness company, right? So it's going to help them with their health and wellness journey, whether it's gaining weight, losing weight, maintaining weight, getting better skin, whatever it may be. It's our job to let people know that. And Kaylee did her job very well, because I mean, she told me straight up, like, it's not a weight loss company. So anyway, I was like, I'm 100% can stand behind this product. I want in, what do I do? She's like, all right, we got promoter packs. I'm like, okay, what promoter pack can I do? And she's like, do whatever one that you can do. And I'm looking at this, you guys, and I'm looking at this $400 pack, and I'm like, oh, you just got fired. You're about to buy $400 of product. You're going to start your own business from home. Your husband's going to divorce you before you even get married. You guys, we were a month before our wedding, which COVID completely ruined. We ended up having a beautiful little small ceremony anyway, but stressful time anyhow. I went and bought $400 pack. I said, screw it, I'm doing it. My husband came home. I had total buyer's remorse because, like I said, I just lost my job and I just dumped $400 into something that I knew nothing about. I don't know anything about network marketing. I don't know anything about attraction marketing. I do not know how to network. I am a career waitress. I have waited tables since I was 15 years old. I have waited tables for over 20 years. The only thing I can sell is a cheeseburger and like a pop, right? So I had no idea what I was doing, but I bought that pack and I said, I had to get that money back. Like, I have to, I need this money. I cannot not do this. Like, I don't have a choice. And that's what I did. I put my head down and I started running, literally ignorance on fire. I just started talking to everybody I knew. And I was just telling them what the product had done for me. I remembered I was like really scared to sound salesy to people, but it was so easy to not sound salesy because I was just telling people like what I just told you guys. Like, I got up in the morning, I didn't even drink any coffee, and I was cleaning out my junk drawer and organizing a linen closet. Like, that's all I was telling people. And they were like, okay, well, I want to try it. Okay, well, I want to try it. I wasn't like, oh, you got to try these 3 steps, da, 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 da. That's what I said, but it wasn't like in a salesy way. It was literally just my story. And then I shoved it down my husband's throat, and he started sharing his story because he was the same way. He's like, holy cow, I can't believe this works. So I hit my VIP 800, which was awesome. So I made that money back. And you guys, I had a vision, and I looked at my husband and I said, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm 100% going to do this. I think I'm fully capable. There isn't anything ever in my life that I haven't been able to not do if I just put my mind to it. And I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn how to do this. I'm going to learn how to make this work. And you guys, when I say learn how to do this, I'm not just talking about, and here's where I'm going to start throwing tips at you really quick. I'm not just talking about doing the training that's in the back office. I'm not just talking about the training that your specific team has, if they have a training page or training videos in there. That's not what I meant. Like, I literally started like looking into everything. I bought a book called Your First Year in Network Marketing. I Googled attraction marketing. I Googled attraction marketing tips. I Googled what the hell attraction marketing was, because I was like, I'm not pretty, I'm not attractive. How am I gonna, you know what I mean? Like, I literally had no idea what I was doing, you guys. And if there's anything I don't know or don't understand, like, I am literally Captain Google. I am Googling it. I am getting on YouTube and I am watching videos, you guys. And I'm not watching 5, 8, 10-minute videos. I'm watching hour-long videos to get fully educated on things and be able to know like what I'm doing, like how to create a reel. I had no idea how to do a reel on Instagram. What I do, I sat there and watched like 5 or 6 different videos on YouTube to figure it out. I'm constantly reading new books on attraction marketing and network marketing and how to brand yourself and how to talk to people, just how to talk to people. And I'm just constantly a sponge, constantly a sponge. I don't ever feel like I'm ever going to be in a place where I'm like, oh, I know it all. I'm the best. I'm a pro. Like, as in my mind, I'm always a beginner. Yes, I've been doing this for a year and like a month. And some people may say like, well, she's been doing this a while, so she knows more or she's better at this. But to me, I'm still a beginner and I'm always going to be a beginner. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm 10 years into this or 12 or 20, like, I will still stay a beginner. I will still stay a sponge and soak up as much as I possibly can. And with that being said, a couple tips as far as growing and learning: just get organized. I know in the beginning, a lot of people fell through the cracks because I wasn't organized. But again, I think that does come with time. And I Googled it, how to organize your network marketing business, right? So now I've done hours and hours of Trello training online to a point where I'm so confident in my Trello that I'm offering a training this Saturday on how to use Trello. And I'm also taking everything that I learn and I'm passing it down to my team. Like, hey, I just learned this, here's this, that, and the other thing. And I give it to my team. If you guys want to be better at doing this, watch this video. If you want to be better at that, read this article. If you're interested in this, here, I highly suggest you read this book. And I pass it down to my team and I try to make it duplicatable. So then that way they can pass it down to their team and down to their team and so on and so forth. I'm really big with checklists. So I have an onboarding customer checklist. I have an onboarding promoter checklist. Where basically I have a list of things that I do every time I sign up a new customer. I get them added to our customer page. I make sure they like the Lavelle fan page. I make sure that they have at least 4 or 5 people in mind that we can start talking to about the product so they can start thriving for free. I make sure I send them a thank you card with a sample. I make sure that they get a post up and they tag me in it. And when I do those, I check them off. And it's the same thing with a promoter, getting them into the training, the right pages, into a welcome call with my upline or my sideline sister. And I go through those checklists. And then for their first 14 days, like, I'm attached at their hip. Most of the people that come in under me are probably so annoyed with me after 14 days are like, oh my God, leave me alone. But like, when you come into my business and I'm your promoter, I'm your upline, like, I'm running with you. Like, I am right friggin' next to you. Like, literally, I'm next to you. I'm not ahead of you. I'm not behind you pushing. Like, we are going to lock arms and we're going to do this together. If that's what they want to do. I have some people that are like, I just want to stroll through this business. So that's what I'm going to do. I have some people that are ready to run. So we run. But now I feel like I just kind of rambled off there. But
I was going to say, if you would have never said you were on Kaylee's team, I would have already known. Like, you can tell that you have been on many Zooms. I feel like this is not your first Zoom. Kaylee makes sure she pulls her runners on Zooms. You can tell that you've had that experience. And, at the end of the day too, like everything you're saying reminds me of me when I started. I was looking up how do you make $1 million in network marketing? What's this? What's that? The first book I ever read was how to or your first year in network marketing by Mark Yarnell, like all the same. And still to this day, like you said, you're always learning. You're always a beginner. Like I still am watching hour-long YouTube videos, how to be a better leader, I mean, it never, when you're passionate about something, it just doesn't get old. But I mean, just the tips you gave, just know, you guys, you can hear it for me personally with you, Krystle, you can hear your passion and excitement. And it all boils down to the best promoters on this team and the people that are growing, they're sharing their story. I mean, that's what it boils down to. They're not in an inbox going, hey, you want to try these 3 steps? They're in an inbox going, oh my God, this is what this did. And that's making people want to try the product. Really, stories sell. That is what this is about. If you're just trying to sell something, no one on here is going to do well. You've got to change your approach and let these products change your life. Like you have to. It's so, so, so huge. And Trello, people keep asking about your little Trello training. Well, it doesn't sound like it's going to be little. It sounds like it's going to be big. But if you want to, I don't know if in the chat you want to let people know how they can join it. I don't know if you're open to letting other people be on it. But that would be like freaking awesome. Or you could put it like in the team page or whatever. But I just like totally, so many little golden nuggets. And I think what it comes down to really is passion and wanting it. It's how bad do you want it? And I think it's a huge wake up call when you're with a company for 6 years, pouring your heart and soul into it, and they let you go that quickly. It's an eye opener that, man, guess what? If I own my own business, nobody's firing me. I can do what the hell I want. If I get a sick kid or something happens, or life throws something my way, I have the ability to work my business around those things versus waiting for somebody to fire me because I can't come into work. Like it's crazy. That's such a high eye opener, but such a huge lesson, I think, for people on here, that I'm sure all of you have had life happen at some point where your job was just not accepting it, where your job was not flexible in any way. And it's just like, come on, like it's such an eye opener. Well, Krystle, thank you so, so, so much. I mean, I have no even doubt in my mind that you won't be slowing down and that you will absolutely get to the top of this company. You've got the right mindset. You've got all the pieces to the puzzle, and the passion is the biggest part. And I mean, it's constantly learning and growing. So if you keep doing what you're doing, I mean, getting to the top is just an eventuality. Like it's going to happen. It's just timing, right? It's just about time now, hitting the right people that are going to get you there, and, never getting bored. It doesn't sound like you will either. As long as you got YouTube at your fingertips, there's never a boring moment. There's always a video to go look up. I'm doing the same thing. Like, I was just doing the same thing with Reels. I think I watched 18,000 YouTube videos on Reels the other day. But I'm just so excited for you because I know this isn't by any means your last stop of a promotion. It's just the beginning. Thank you so, so much. You guys, I still have 2 more people and we'll be quick. I am going to apologize right this second because I'm the worst name botcher ever. So I'm going to try, but then you're going to have to correct me. But is it Chakeni? Does anybody know who I'm talking about?
Hi,
How do you say it?
Chakeni. You said it okay.
I was so close. What do people say?
Oh God, people call me so many different names. They don't call me. They call me chicken.
I wanted to be kind of close. I'm like, dang it! I know I don't want to botch this. Okay, same thing. I want to know how you found Lavelle and how long you've been in, and then I know you've got the $4,000 bonus, so maybe a tip or two on anybody that's on that wants to try to grab one too.
Yeah, so I joined, I think it was sometime the beginning of last month. I actually started as a customer, and my friend at school was talking about Thrive, and I'd seen it a lot online before with one of my other friends. And I was really skeptical about it too. I was like, I don't want to try it. She's you know, she was saying a lot of stuff about how great it was and all the things you could do. Like if you joined, she really didn't talk about the capsules or your 3 steps or any of that. She was just talking about this business part of it. So I was like, no, she wrote me a few times. And then I met this guy at school and he was like, I'm thriving. And that's when, after I already heard about kind of more into what it was. And I was like, well, how do I get samples of it? Or like, what do I do? You know, because I want to try. I just started working out with my husband and I've been having health issues. So I was like, how do I get involved in this? And he actually gave me my first 3 steps and I tried them and I posted the first night and like 30 people hit me up. They were like, how do you sign up? Where do I start? And I'm like, so I could either sign up as a promoter. Now I already put in my customer order, or I could just give them to him. But I was like, I should just become a promoter because it's something I am interested in. So, because I really started to love the product and just from the first day. And so I signed up as a promoter and I got a bunch of people signed up and then it slowed down. So I was like really discouraged because it got slowed down. But then my upline Raquel, she just kept like giving me great help and like she's been there from the beginning with everything and super awesome. So she kept telling us, go do lives, go do like challenging us to do new things and step out of our comfort zone. So I started doing what she said. And when I started really getting discouraged, people started coming and being like spending a bunch of money and joining, and I just doing things that I wasn't comfortable with. I started doing.
Okay, first of all, you are so excited. I can't even stand it. And it's probably one of the reasons why you had so many people that were like, what is it? Tell me more. I want to do
I'm
it.
at work too.
Well, I mean, just hearing your voice though, I always tell people, like people always ask me, how did you go so fast? And I'm like, excitement. Like, I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't even know what was in anything. I was just so excited though that people wanted to be a part of it. They were like, okay, I don't know what you're a part of, but I need whatever's making you that excited. I need to be part of it.
Yeah.
And that's what people need to understand though, is it is ignorance on fire. Like that, if you guys have ever heard that statement, ignorance on fire is so much better than knowledge on ice. Sorry, my dog's wanting to bark right now. It's so much better than knowledge on ice. And it's true statement. You can know all the things, guys. You can know, it's kind of on the other spectrum of Krystle. Not everybody's going to be a Krystle, and you don't have to. I was a Krystle. I was the girl that searched everything and wanted to know all the things. But at the end of the day, it really wasn't any of those things that helped me go fast. What helped me go fast is making sure that I was excited and sharing and excited. And every single person on here, like anybody that wants to go fast, be sharing excited. But sometimes our networks aren't as awesome as, I'm going to say it wrong again. Chakeni. Say it one more time.
Chakeni.
Chakeni. I got it. I will not mess it up. Kenny. Gotcha. Chakeni. Not all of us are going to be as lucky as Chakeni, because the bottom line is that a lot of us don't have networks that are that. I mean, I remember the first 2 people I went to, my mom and my sister, thought I was nuts. I almost quit. I was like, okay, my mom and my sister aren't going to help me, then who else is going to want this? And my first year in this industry, I didn't sign up with one person except one girl that I was friends with. Everyone else was somebody that was an acquaintance or somebody that was brand new that I was meeting out and about or doing expos and events. Like nothing was people that I knew. It took a while for those people to come around for me. So if you're on here going, well, no, my network's not like that. A lot of people's aren't. But and here's the thing too, Chakeni, I want you to listen to me very closely. You are what, a month and a half in this thing? Maybe 2? You cannot, it's gonna slow, girlfriend. Like, especially when you come in at that pace, it's always going to get slow. And it might stay slow for a minute, but it always comes back up. Always, if you don't quit. The only time it doesn't ever come back up is if you quit. So, you are in the very beginning of your journey. And the reason I preach, you've got to be on that 5-year plan, is because it takes some people up to 5 years to grasp everything about this and to get their network trusting them. And that's when all the things start to happen. So the fact that you came in and you've been so lucky to already have this kind of, acceptance from your network, but not only that, grab a bonus like this is so incredible. So no matter what happens, no matter what is, and you know, Raquel is awesome. Raquel is your, she enrolled you, right?
Yeah, well, her downline did, and yes, so basically, yes, and she's so awesome. She's really awesome.
She's amazing. Like, listen to her. She knows what she's talking about. She's an amazing promoter, but she'll tell you the same thing. I mean, there are going to be weeks sometimes that you're like, am I going to sign a person? And then all of a sudden everybody comes flooding in, and it comes with that consistency. So no matter what happens, I want you to always remember, stick with it. Remember this feeling right now, the excitement of grabbing that $4,000 bonus, and know that there are going to be more of those feelings, more of those times. They'll come, they will get there, but don't ever, ever give up. And I'm so proud of you for what you've already done. And just, I think the biggest tip everybody can take away from Chakeni right now, for real, is you've got to be excitement, have some sense of urgency, and just share and make your voice sound like hers. And I'm telling you, didn't y'all just want to join? I was like, I don't know what she's doing, but I'm about to do it. Like that, because you sound so like urgency and excited. And that is really what this is about. Thank you so much for hopping on with us tonight and sharing. And I'm excited for you. This is just the beginning, girl. Only the beginning. Okay, I've got one more girl. I don't know if she's still on. If not, I'll grab her next week. I'm hoping she's still on. Tori, are you with me? I know we totally went longer than expected, and I don't see her on right now unless she's on a cell phone or a different name. I will pull her in next week. We totally went over. Oh my gosh, you guys, like the excitement, the little tips. And you know what I loved about tonight's calls? We had people on that were grabbing 4K and 12K bonuses that have been here a year. You know, it's not just brand new people coming in with that new excitement. It's people that have stayed the course, stayed consistent. And because of that, now they're hitting their moment. And here's the thing is, you guys will all hit your moment. It will happen. I promise you, that time will come for you. It may be the next bonuses that are announced. It may be the next ones that are announced, or the ones after that. Your time will always come if you stay consistent. And I want you guys to know, a bonus doesn't make or break your business. Like when I look at this comp plan, I joined Lavelle not knowing they were ever going to release a bonus ever. Like this was the best comp plan in all comp plans in all companies. Like I did my research and I joined Lavelle because it was the best comp plan out there without ever a bonus being announced. So know that what you're running for that weekly residual income of getting to 12K and 40K, 80K, 200K that's forever money, not a bonus that comes and goes. So just know that whether you grab one or not, 11 and a half years in network marketing, and I've never grabbed a big bonus ever. I've either missed it, it's not been my time, and or they just announce them right after I hit the rank. Like that's been the story of my life in this industry, you guys. And I can tell you that I'm not sitting here today crying that I never hit a bonus. I'm not going, man, I wish I would have quit since I never got a bonus. Like, I don't care about those. And I guess that's probably why they've never been a big deal to me, or I've never cared that much about bonuses. Like to me, I just work the same all the time. I'm always working the same. I give it the same amount of energy. I give it the same amount of every day. I put in the same amount since I started day one in this industry. Now 11 and a half years later, I give it the same amount of energy, whether they announced today that there was $1 million bonus and I could go grab it. To me, I mean, I'm going to get it or I'm not going to get it because my energy doesn't change. And that's the way you need to work your business every day. It cannot be that the second this month is over and there are no bonuses to run after. Those of you on here that were running, you cannot get defeated and stop working. You have to get up the next day and work it every single day like you worked it to grab one of these bonuses. That's what you have to do, because if you don't, you're never going to go 12K. You're never going to go 40K, 80K, 200K. You've got to work with passion every single day, because what you're running after is a lifetime bonus in this company. If you can reach the level of 200K at some point, that's a game-changing, life-changing rank that will make it to where you will never have to work again, ever. Isn't that Isn't that enough to run for every day when you wake up to in the morning? Why does a bonus have to be announced for all of us to wake up and stand up and start getting consistent? You should be thinking about that long-term residual income that's going to be there every day for you and your family, and the legacy that you could create for your family and your grandchildren, for that matter. Think about that every day when you wake up and what you're truly running for, not a bonus that runs out, but the forever money that you can grab, getting to that level. And I'll tell you what, it is incredible when I get to look in that cloud office and see that we have almost 11 millionaires on our team already, that we have over 30 people at the rank of 200K on our team already, over almost 1,000 people that have gotten to the auto bonus level or above, and thousands that have come in and grabbed VIP bonuses. I mean, that if you don't think, if you're on here and you don't think that you can't be one of those people, that is your limiting belief. And you need to grow and do some self-development and get on more Zooms and plug into your team until we can believe in you, until you can believe in yourselves, because we believe in you. I know every single one of you on here can do it. I have no doubt in my mind. Like, I know you can. The reason I know you can is because I did. And I am not anybody special, y'all. I promise you that. If I did it, so can you. The only thing I have on you is time and consistency. That's it. Just more time and consistency. Every single one of you can get there. I believe in you. I want to thank all of our guests tonight: Bonnie, Katie, Melissa, Krystle, Jackie, Joanna, Chakeni, and Tori. I'm sorry we didn't get to interview you. I will interview you next week. But thank you guys all for hopping on tonight and sharing. And I know sometimes that can be scary, stepping out of your comfort zone. Congratulations on your bonuses. And then also, thanks to all of you guys for hopping on every Thursday. Hopefully you're grabbing a little bit of tips and a little bit of motivation that'll carry you and push you through that next day and the next week. 8 days left, guys. Don't give up. You heard these ladies tonight. Sometimes things happen in that very last day, in that very last hour. So don't give up on yourselves. Get to the end of this month and be able to look in the mirror and know you gave it all you had. And at the end of the day, remember, we're going for so much more than just bonuses here. So get consistent, and we'll see you next Thursday. Bye, guys.